Hey guys, assuming you don't have electronic shifting on your bike, there are 3 tools that you can buy and very simply use on your bike that will greatly improve your shifting. So without further ado, let's get to it. The first thing I want to talk about is buying just a cheap torque wrench. And as you can see here, for 21 bucks or a little over 21 bucks on AliExpress, you can get a torque wrench. And that torque wrench, it might not be, the greatest torque wrench, but I have one similar to this and I use it, very frequently on my bike. And it just really allows me to get consistent, torque specifications. So this is how the torque wrench can affect the shifting on your bike and help improve it. So right here is where the derailleur attaches to the derailleur hanger on your bike. And there is a torque specification for this bolt right here. And on this Shimano derailleur, the torque specification is 11 Newton meters. Now here I have my torque wrench. I've already set it to 11 Newton meters, and I've already put in the appropriate hex here. So what I'm going to do is insert it here, and by twisting the bolt up and tightening it until it clicks, and I normally do it twice, this nut has now been tightened to 11 Newton meters. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an acrylic marker pen, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to mark right here, right where that nut should be. So what will happen is, if this bolt comes loose, your shifting on your bike will suddenly become fuzzy. What will happen is you'll shift in a gear, it won't go in immediately. And the reason is as that bolt becomes loose, it's actually causing the derailleur to move, and because it's moving, it will cause it'll affect your shifting. Just a point to make here, and that is that when I'm torquing the derailleur bolt, before or right after I torque that bolt, I'm going in and setting, all the settings on the derailleur, adjusting the derailleur, mainly adjusting the cable tension, but also making any adjustments that need to be made to the to the B screw or to the adjustment screws or any other adjustment on the derailleur, so that once you get all those adjustments, then making sure that it shifts properly. And once you get it fully adjusted, you adjusted it when the derailleur hanger was torqued properly. And so if the if the bolt starts to twist back out, then you know that the only thing you need to do is to twist the bolt back in, and all the other adjustments should at that point be back to where they were right after you adjusted them. By tightening it to 11 Newton meters and having this marker, you always know where it should be, what the derailleur should be tightened to, so that the adjustment will work. So that's how you use a torque wrench to improve the shifting on your bike. Okay, the next item I want to go over that will help improve the shifting on your bike is a chain checker tool. And here is a tool on AliExpress for under $5 that will check the stretch in your chain. Now this is the chain checker tool, and the way that you use this to improve the shifting on your bike, it has 2 little pins sticking out of it, and it also has a little dial here that basically goes from 0 up to 1.0. I'm not sure you can see that. It may be a little blurry. Sorry about that. But basically, what you need to do is, after every 2 or 3 rides, stick this into the chain and move the needle. And as you can see, I'm somewhere between 0.25 and 0.50. As long as you do not get up to 0.75 or beyond, there's no need to change the chain. But once you get to 0.75 or over 0.75, it's time to change the chain. The reason that will affect your shifting is that if you allow the chain to stay on too long, it will in effect wear out the chain ring up here or the cassette in the back. And as the chain digs in, it will sort of get hung up in the teeth, and that will cause the bike's drivetrain to be sluggish, and it won't shift as well. So checking the chain and changing the chain when the readings indicate you should will improve your shifting. The third item that will improve your shifting is to have a derailleur hanger alignment tool and use that tool to align the derailleur. And here's a derailleur hanger tool on AliExpress for under 25 bucks, $23.42. So this is the derailleur hanger tool here. On this particular bike, I've already removed the derailleur. And the reason you need to move the derailleur is you want to have access to this derailleur hanger. And for the shifting to work properly on this bike or any bike with a derailleur, the derailleur hanger needs to be parallel to the face of the wheel. And this tool will allow you to do that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw this tool in, and once I get it screwed in, I'm going to come back to you here. Now it's a little messy right here. The derailleur is going to be, you just need to move it around, but the tool's inserted in the derailleur hanger, and you want to make sure it's tight. And you also always want to measure this point where the valve stem is on the tire, and you want to rotate the tire. So let me just show you here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move it out, and I'm going to press it so that it's right where the valve stem is. Now what I'm going to do is go 180 degrees over to this side and see if the derailleur hanger is basically in the same place. And as you can see, it's off a little bit, or you probably can't see it, but there's a little gap there. And what I'll do is we'll press on the derailleur hanger to push it over closer to that rim. And by pressing on this tool, I'm bending the derailleur back into the position that I need it. And so what you do is you press on that. Takes a couple of times. Then once you get it there, you want to move the wheel stem back 180 degrees like I've done here, and check and see if it's to the same place. And it's relatively close. Then what you want to do is move the wheel up to the top here, check it here. Once you've got that, then what you want to do is move the stem down and see if it's roughly the same distance where my finger is each time. So you do that all the way around the wheel, and by doing that you will get the derailleur hanger parallel to the face of the wheel. And once you have it parallel to the face of the wheel, the derailleur will then move parallel against the cassette, and you will have smoother shifting. Okay, here's a little chart just showing that the tools in total are under $50. These prices were obtained from AliExpress on the morning of January 20th, 2025. And as you know, the prices on AliExpress move around a bit, so not sure you can get them for exactly these prices, but my guess is pretty easy to get them pretty close to these prices. So there you have it from Canooga Combs. 3 ways to improve your shifting for under 50 bucks. I hope I've given you guys something to think about, and I'll see you at the top.